Ingredients. Now you're going to study about the ingredients used in the preparation of soap. Welcome back. Do you know what is meant by an ingredient? An ingredient is a substance that forms part of a mixture. Would you like to know about all the ingredients that are used for making soaps? Well, let's study in detail. At the end of this session, you will be able to know what is caustic soda, what are nutrients, what are preservatives, what are herbs, what are dyes. Do you know what is meant by caustic soda? Have you ever heard of it before? If not, listen. Caustic soda is a chemical that reacts with oils and fats. It is the alkali or base used in bar soap making. Would you like to know the other name of caustic soda? Can you guess what it might be? Yes, it is sodium hydroxide. Caustic soda is a dangerous corrosive substance and needs to be handled with extreme care. Always wear eye protection, rubber gloves, and work in a well ventilated area. When caustic soda is mixed with oils or fats, a chemical reaction takes place which results in the formation of a salt. This salt is the soap product. This process is called saponification. You may wonder what are nutrients and natural preservatives. Why they are being used in soap making? Well, a nutrient is a substance that contains properties that are beneficial for the skin in soap making. Let's see some of the nutrients and their few qualities. Aloe vera. Aloe vera is hydrating, softening, and soothing. Honey. Honey is a natural moisturizer. It is also rich in many essential nutrients, including vitamins C, D, and E. Oatmeal. Oats have a gentle cleansing effect on the skin's surface, especially sensitive skin, and serve as a natural anti itch agent. Seaweed. Seaweed is a good moisturizer and has the ability to hold water. A preservative is a natural or synthetic chemical that is added to products to prevent decomposition by microbial growth. One dilemma with using all natural soap making ingredients is that they tend to decay quicker. You can easily remedy this problem by adding preservatives to your soap. It is not always necessary to use preservatives in soap. It largely depends on which oils are used and how long you are planning to store the final product. Rosemary extract, benzoin gum powder, cosmosil, and grapefruit seed extract are some of the preservatives that can be used in soap making. Herbs are generally defined as the green parts of aromatic plants. Do you know what are the different uses of a herb? Well, listen. Herbs are used to flavor and fragrance food, purify the air in sick rooms, ward off insects, and heal a variety of ailments. You can purchase dried and fresh herbs at the supermarket. You can grow herbs in your garden. You can even collect them in the wild. With some education about their proper use, you can use herbs with great pleasure in your soaps. Let's learn some of the qualities of herbs now. Chamomile flowers offer a relaxing scent and healing properties for your product. Chamomile flowers can be added to your product either whole or ground up. Real peppermint leaves are a great addition to your peppermint scented homemade soap. Add this soap making herb to your product in cut form or finely ground. Some fresh peppermint scent will be noticeable in your soap due to these leaves. This herb will add a natural greenish yellow hue to your product. Also, you can use neem, tulsi, turmeric, sandalwood, and aloe vera herbs in soaps. Do you know what is the full form of F, D, and C? Let's analyze them one by one and know in detail. F, D, and C dyes are found everywhere in the food you eat, your medication, and your makeup. Hence, the name F, D, and C is food, drug, and cosmetic. Each dye usually has a number associated with it, like yellow for 5, green for 8, red for 40, etc. These colorants are very popular in the food industry and can be found in many processed goods. FD&C colorants have a very wide range of colors available that come in both powdered form and liquid form. They are relatively inexpensive, adding very little to your cost per bar. In soap making, they are mainly used in melt and pour soaps as they are not very stable for cold process soap making. F, D, and C dyes dissolve the powder in water to create a solution. Add when soap base is at a light trace or to the lye solution. A little goes a long way, so add a drop at a time. All that glitters is probably mica, at least when it comes to soap and cosmetics. Micas are used as soap making dye in cold process, hot process, and melt and pour soaps. Not all micas, however, are stable in cold process and hot process soap making. So, tests should be performed before large amounts of ingredients are committed. Mica is a mineral that is mined from the earth and then finely ground. It is later combined with pigments or dyes to give it color. Mica's effect in cold process soap is subtle. Though it only has a light sparkle, the color it gives soap is fantastic. Combining pigments, dyes and mica produces variety of colors. They are very easy to use in soap making as you don't have to worry about clumping like you do with pigments. Be sure to only purchase cosmetic grade mica for use in your soap. So far, you have got some basic information about colorants and mica. Now, you're going to learn about pigments. There are two types of pigments used in soap making today: ultramarines and oxides. Both work extremely well when used in the cold process method of making soap. In the past, pigments were mined from the earth, but due to harmful impurities, they are now produced in a laboratory following strict guidelines. Purchase only cosmetic grade pigments from a soap ingredient supplier, okay? We know about the types of pigments. Now let us study in detail how they play a vital role in soap making. Ultramarines and oxides are very stable in soap making and can be used in pretty much all soap making processes, including melt and pour, cold process, and hot process. Ultramarines and oxides are quite inexpensive and come in a large variety of colors. Pigments are probably the best synthetic color source for swirls as they will not bleed at all. Just make sure that you mix the colorant into your batch thoroughly. They can clump in one spot if you're not careful. Let's have an in-depth look at some of the oxides used for soap making. Chromium oxide green, black oxide, orange oxide, red oxide brick, titanium dioxide, ultramarine blue, ultramarine pink, ultramarine violet, umber oxide, yellow oxide. Now let's recap whatever we saw just now. What is caustic soda? Caustic soda is a chemical that reacts with oils and fats. It is the alkali or base used in bar soap making. What are nutrients? A nutrient is a substance that contains properties that are beneficial for the skin in soap making. What are natural preservatives? A preservative is a natural or synthetic chemical that is added to products to prevent decomposition by microbial growth. What are herbs? Herbs are generally defined as the green parts of aromatic plants. What are dyes? Dyes are colorants that are very popular in the food industry and can be found in many processed goods. So far, we have studied about what is caustic soda, what are nutrients and preservatives, what are herbs, what are dyes, mica and pigments, and their use in soap making. Still, we have to learn some of the ingredients which also plays a vital role in soap making. Can you guess what they are? Essential oils and fragrance oils. Let us study about this in our next session. Hope you've enjoyed the session. Thank you.